Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft Pocket Edition video. It's been a couple days since I've made an MCPE video, but today I have a very special video for you guys, and it's footage from Minecon. I totally forgot about this panel that I recorded, and basically it's about the future update features for Minecraft Pocket Edition, and I also have some features that I will be making a video about very soon in terms of the panel itself, but this is from the questions from Reddit, and a lot of people just answered these questions, so I will show you guys that right now. The footage will be played, but I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys are excited for 0.16.0, you guys better smash that like button right now, guys. Go down right now and tap that button or smash it. Just click on that button as fast as you guys can. But anyways, guys, my name is Rage Elixir. If you guys want more Minecraft Pocket Edition videos, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this footage from the Minecon panel. Peace!
Without black stained glass. Tommaso, people really want stained glass. Why are you being so mean and holding back on these things?
They needed their house darker, like, is that a thing now?
Yeah, they want a kind of more moody ambiance in their house.
I see. Well, I mean, stained glass is one of the biggest things that's missing yet, still, and the thing with stained glass is that if you just like drop the block there, it kind of works, but then it has glitches on how I mean, if you put different colors of stained glass one in front of the other, they will do weird things if you don't spend a lot of processing power to sort them correctly. So we just were putting off the problem of solving this, and but we'll probably do that soon, like not the version after, but yeah, it's a very interesting problem also, because if we do that correctly, we can also do that for trees, and then it could even make the game faster. So yeah, that's the hang up with stained glass. It's not it's not very simple feature to add, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair enough. It's misleadingly complex, but it kind of looks simple.
Yeah, it's like
from my perspective.
Yeah, it's just blocks. The blocks that don't do anything. You just add them, right? Yeah, not really. It's a massive feature, actually.
Okay. Okay, will Pocket/Windows 10 Edition receive an upgrade to the items when dropped? I think this person is referring to the kind of 3D spinning animation you might get on PC or console. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah, that's one of the things we're definitely thinking about doing. One of the issues with it is it consumes more memory and more power on your device. So for the lower end phones and stuff, I don't think we'll probably ever have the 3D models on them, but for higher end, like the new iPad Pros and the Windows 10 version and stuff like that, I think it's definitely a feasible thing for us to look into.
Yeah, so it's just a performance, question of performance really, where you want to put that performance. Cool. Well, shall we look at you gearing up for an answer? He's ready. When will the items and blocks in Pocket Edition Windows 10 have the ability to stack up when dropped instead of being scattered all over the floor individually?
So that was an optimization made in PC, because items like were taken individually and taking most of the time for taking chunks. I don't think we have that problem right now in Pocket. So I think it seems counterintuitive to have like an item flying around the ground and encountering like another item and getting absorbed into it. So I think like just flying, being individual items is okay. I don't know if we are actually planning to implement this, but I would like to rework it if it ever gets implemented, so stuff like that doesn't happen. Like transfer of inertia, like actual physics in Minecraft.
Okay. Will we get an option to change world sizes like on Xbox in Pocket Edition? Some people don't want an infinite world, but we don't want a small one either. Maybe a small, medium, and large world size option. That would be good. And also putting an ocean behind the barrier so it's not just blank like in old worlds. Shogi, what's the deal with world sizes?
Well, I don't know if we are going to have limited big worlds, but I think we have something called like block borders now. That's maybe someone could add, add into their worlds, like generate all of it and then edit it to have it with other tools. I don't think there's a plan for it in games.
I mean, also we'll port the actual PC borders at some point, which is pretty straightforward. And also I experimented with making a in-game border where the world literally ends and you just fall off and die. But I honestly discarded that because I thought that no one would care about not having the worlds be infinite. But if people care, that could even be an option actually.
The problem with that is that if you use the world border and then you go to the limit and say, oh, there is like a monument on the other side, then you feel like, oh no, I want to make the world bigger. So we actually have to think a way to have like a big island as the world.
Yeah, one of the things I think playing the current Android beta, you probably noticed that the old style world's been improved in the UI, and I think after releasing that, the thinking behind it was that now that we've adjusted our min-spec platform, that they weren't needed anymore for a performance reason, which is the original reason they were still in there. But I think in hindsight, we're kind of realizing that we should probably put that option back in. So I suspect it will come back in pretty soon. And then maybe we can look at other choices. I don't think 16 will get any new things, but we'll certainly talk about it.
How do you guys kind of decide when you're going to kind of take an old, you kind of move the tech forward so old devices don't work with new things? I'm just wondering, like, how do you make the choice of, okay, we need to add this new feature, but they might make some old devices not perform as well? Like,
we definitely want to try to avoid making devices not work.
Yeah.
So we really think we have hours and hours and hours of conversations whenever anything's going to affect it. Like when the last release came out, we did have to drop some of the really old Android and iOS devices, and there's, I don't know how many meetings we had about that. We probably spent 50 hours discussing whether that was the right thing to do, and ultimately decided we needed to in this case because there was some functionality the newer OS versions had that we needed to try to move the game forward.
Yeah.
But we never make those decisions like that.
of course. Okay, I have a question directed at Tommaso, straight at you, Tommaso, from the Reddit. How many bananas would it take for you to add armor stands? How many bananas would it take for you to add armor stands? Okay.
Armor stands. I don't know what the thing that I thank Mark Watson for this thing about bananas.
Say a number. Say a number.
I don't know. I don't. It's fine. I'll do it for free.
You don't need extra zero bananas, basically.
Don't tweet me bananas. That's fine.
Okay.
Tweet all the bananas, Tomo.
One thing related to armor stands, and this is something where I think that we're not quite sure, like armor stands is obviously a very commonly requested thing from the community, and I think there's uncertainty from our side. Do people want armor stands because they want to be able to put helmets and stuff on it and just decorate their world? Or do they want to do them for so there's a lot of crazy things you can do in the Java version with MBT tags and stuff like that. So as Michael alluded to earlier, what we're going to do for NBT, we're not quite certain exactly what that's going to be right now. So if people purely want them just to decorate their worlds, we can actually get them in pretty quickly. But we're not sure if we want how much we need to take them to match Java.
Yeah, I think people are probably thinking of the more exotic things they can get up to, as opposed to just putting their stuff on them.
I mean, I think our current thinking is that those crazy things, you would do them with that thing that what Michael was saying about the command that can has the same powers as the add-ons, so like the ability of putting components on entities so you don't really need a dummy entity anymore because you can do whatever you want to with the other ones already. So yeah, maybe.
We don't have that solution yet.
No, we don't. So.
Okay, I mean that's actually we've got the end of our questions. We could maybe take one or two from the audience. Would you like that? We've got 10 minutes. Okay, so yeah.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
I will attempt to pull this one this time from the audience. Okay.
Follow me.
I feel with me now, because I can't. Okay, I'm just going to go to the first place and ask it. Okay, give it a sword so you can.
Will you be adding elytras anytime soon in Pocket Edition?
Lycras, wings.
Elytra wings?
Yeah.
Well, elytra wings are dependent on us bringing it in the end, but we'll definitely plan to bring them in.
So, yeah, eventually. Hi.
Hi. When will, or could you add command blocks at some point?
Command blocks.
Yeah, we'll be adding command blocks shortly. We haven't announced an actual timeline, but it is actually already in development. But there's an important caveat there, which is that the slash commands that you can run right now are the same set of slash commands that we have added so far. And so the power of what you'd be able to do with a command block is going to be more limited than it is in Java at first. Eventually, presumably more powerful with the add-on support that we have later.
I think that the future for actually minigames is add-ons because they let you do everything without interacting with sticks and everything internal to Minecraft.
Would you be open to releasing some documentation on the protocol so that it makes it easier to update the open source hosting software until you release
for real?
You mean the network protocol? So I think this is, I guess, directed for me. So in the last release, we updated most of the protocol. We wrote big parts of it. I think there is a lot of information now in the binaries to automatically create a protocol. I mean, I was in contact with members of the community to give them more information if they can't figure it out, but usually they are quite fast now. There is also a lot of automated tools that people wrote, that I also wrote, and they are still using those, and they wrote quite well. For official documentation, that seems, I don't know really. Some source we have for information in the gaming service, like the Minecraft Wiki, which is not really official, I think. It's community based, but we use it as well.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you make something official in public, then you kind of ask them to support it, but we're still a bit unhappy about how our multiplayer works, so we expect it to change a lot, right?
Yeah, I still find that to change it quite a bit more. It's going to improve as well.
Here you go. You were waiting patiently.
When will the end be added?
Oh yeah, let's go.
When it's done.
Classic update answer.
I only got here a few minutes ago, so you may have already said this, but from what I've heard, the Pocket Edition add-ons are just JSON configuration. Why can't they just include code as well?
So actually, that's a pretty involved answer for that. We actually have a panel tomorrow, I think at 3:30, talking about add-ons and extensions and stuff like that Sarge and I are going to be doing, and we're going to dive into that question a lot.
Oh, I think that's Sarge.
So code is the JSON is just the data, but that doesn't mean that there isn't code that's being worked on.
Okay, I'm going to take two more questions, so I'll come over here. There you go.
No.
Do you guys have any plans to update the in-game controls?
One way to the Xbox. Yeah. Are they going to do that?
Which kind of controls? The touch ones, controller ones?
Yeah, the touch ones, yeah.
Should I just ask? That's
Yeah,
me.
how you mean improve them? Like, what don't you like about it? Actually, I don't know. Yeah,
We've experimented with it. I mean, Tommaso refreshed it in what, 14 or 13?
13.
In 13, and gave some more functionality. We had in 12 we added sneak and sprint, which weren't there before that. So it is an area that we always are cognizant of making changes to. We've dreamed of wanting to do D-pad that more is vector directional, so it's not just buttons. getting the feel right and changing it for 40 million people is a little bit daunting. You know, we don't want to do that lightly. If we do, we want it to be obviously better that everybody would get. And so we've done some experiments, but nothing that we're willing to, you know, foist on all of you just yet.
Okay, I'm going to make this the last question. So, who should I pick?
If only.
Yeah, here we go. No pressure. Last question.
I'm an avid player of both the main PC edition of the game and the Pocket edition of the game, and I've noticed some of the stuff that is currently in the Pocket edition that is not in the PC edition, but they are, like, as far as I know, I'm not sure how the development is, but as far as I know, there are not things that could only be exclusive to the Pocket edition, such as the dyeable leather horse armor and the storing potions and cauldrons and the observer block. I was wondering if you know if those are ever going to be ported to the PC edition.
That's a good question.
So for the PC edition, we don't have a lot of control over what those guys do. It ultimately boils down to what features Jens wants to put in PC one at a time. The goal is that we have the same features across all versions, and it really boils down to prioritization. So they have their releases, they have their specific features they're planning to put into the Java version. We have our features we put in, but we always talk back and forth between each other, and we make sure that whatever features we're pulling in could be in both versions. But we do have examples like the Husks and Strays, which just released, where that was one where we actually did it it was an experiment that was done in Pocket. The Java guys saw it, decided to put it in their release, and then we shipped it simultaneously in ours. So we're definitely kind of cross-pollinating each other, but it's just each project has their own needs and schedules and stuff like that, and that kind of determines when these things come in.
And then there are also some technical things like the water that it kind of relies on having advanced, like, modern shaders, so PC really can't do that because of technical limitations.
Yeah, there's some holes.
But yeah.